And out in the middle of a former spinach patch, they built this beautiful 2.5-mile super speedway. So unique in its layout and its challenges. NASCAR's best are at the ready for this lengthy practice session that will lead to qualifying later today on FS1. And look, everybody's in a great mood. And there are the twin spires atop the main grandstand. And on Fast Friday, we are ready for Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series practice. Fast Friday presented by K&N. It is a gorgeous day here in the Pocono Mountains. The temperature is going to climb past 70, a light breeze, full sun there, track temp, almost 90 degrees in what is certainly the most unique challenge in all of racing. In all the years we've been coming here, we've called it an oval, a tri-cornered hat, a roval, a road course that thinks it's an oval. Come on. It's unique. It's a challenge. And I think a lot of drivers either embrace it or it's like, oh my gosh, it's Pocono.
No, but you know what? You used the word a couple of times, challenge. This place is challenging. And Jeff, I love, always had fun here. It's a fun racetrack. You shift gears here. You don't shift gears anywhere else. You got to break. I don't know. What do you think we go down the straightaway?
It's going to be fast. That little spoiler, maybe 215.
Got to get a lot of brake. Got to slow the thing down. You got to make a corner. You got 3 different turns. I love this place.
Have either of you ever been here and had your car really great in all 3 corners?
Never. It's not possible.
I don't remember that.
These 3 corners are so unique, and you said it best, Mike, in the opening. NASCAR's best. They have to rise to the occasion today because you better bring your best because this place is so tough. Because all 3 corners are so unique and different, you're never going to have the car just right in all 3, so the driver's got to do the rest.
Love this place. This is going to be fun. 3 different length straightaways, 3 different bank and radius turns, 2 different pit reporters, starting with Matt Yoakum.
Mike, Joey Logano characterizes his win in this event back in June of 2012 as a career saver. It helped lock himself into the 22 with then new car owner Roger Penske. Now, this has been a rough 4-race stretch for Logano. In fact, his worst 4 races since joining Team Penske. His average finish, 29th, so a win would be huge because remember that win at Richmond was encumbered. Logano's going to start out probably 3 runs in race setup and then swap over to Q-Trip. Jamie Little?
Well, Matt, one of the biggest stories this week was the announcement that Bubba Wallace would fill in for the injured Eric Almirola in the 43. The catches right now is the first time he's ever been in a Cup car. Of course, he's a regular on the Xfinity Series side. Now, I just talked to the team. Drew Blickensurfer, his crew chief, confirmed to me he will replace Eric as long as Eric is out. That could be 6 weeks. That could be 10 weeks. And a note on Eric, he's having a bone scan today and an MRI. The team will have a better idea of when he will return to racing. But I just talked to Bubba before he got in the car, and he said, I want to have some fun, guys. This is a good opportunity for me, and I'm going to take it seriously. They're going to turn as many laps as possible. Mike?
Thanks, Jamie. Darrell Wallace at work there. Darrell Wallace Jr. out of Mobile, Alabama, and part of a graduate of NASCAR's Drive for Diversity program. You can see from a young age, he had a steering wheel in his hand, came to the K&N East Series, Rookie of the Year, had 5 wins in the Truck Series, moved up to Xfinity in 2012. Runner-up at Dover last year. And now, he sits on the throne of the king, Richard Petty's famed number 43.
I'm so excited for this young man. Great young talent. You can see he has a long history of working his way up through the ranks and being behind the wheel to have this opportunity. And he's got a great personality, a great fan base. I mean, I just think that this is an incredible moment for our sport and for this young man, Darrell Wallace.
I do too, Jeff. But if you just think about it, we're coming to Pocono. It's already talking about one of the big challenges was first time in a Cup car, he's going to have he needs to practice all he can and get comfortable because really Xfinity cars on this racetrack would drive totally different than what this Cup car does.
I chuckled because you said that, DW. I was thinking the exact same thing when I saw this announcement. I sent Bubba a text this week to congratulate him, and I said, Pocono? Really?
I thought the same thing.
He said, I know it's a tough track, but I'll take it.
Let me tell you who else was excited for Darrell Wallace Jr., and we saw it on Twitter. And that's Regan Smith. Regan's been driving this car for the last 3 weeks, did a great job, and his first tweet was, poop. Well, that was fun while it lasted. Thanks to everybody at RPM and the 43 for the opportunity. And emoji, yes. And his very next tweet was, congrats to Bubba Wallace. You're going to do a great job. I'm really excited for you, sir. What a class act Regan Smith is.
He's been a class act. I think really Regan throughout his whole career, the way he's handled all the challenges and the great things that have happened in his career, and he stepped into this ride and did a nice job for them, and I think that definitely speaks volumes for Regan, and he'll always have a long future in this sport.
I think the really important thing for Bubba is to get through these practice sessions, qualify the car. This is a big racetrack. You can find a place here to put some laps down without somebody pounding you all the time. I think you'll get more comfortable in the race as the race goes on.
Matt Kenseth is fastest so far, 173 miles per hour. And one of the biggest challenges here has always been the tunnel turn. Winters are harsh here, frost heaves, the subsurface changes, and that means the racetrack can take on a little bumpy characteristic. We've been seeing some sparks flying there at the tunnel turn early in this practice.
And the track has done a lot to address that area, and they've made it much better, much smoother, but it does seem like every time we come here for this race, it always sort of rears its ugly head. It's the back end of the car here with Matt Kenseth. Boom, right there.
You see the back go, the front kind of stays solid, the back moved up.
Now, and I don't want to blame that all on just the bump. Yes, there's a bump, but these teams are also getting very aggressive with the shock and spring package to get the back of the cars down. What do you have on that, Larry?
Well, I think the biggest thing, Jeff, is remember, the forecast is good for all weekend, but tomorrow these teams only have one 55-minute practice to get ready to race. What I'm seeing, and I found this out in the garage here this morning, everyone is in race trim right now, trying to get as much information as possible. Like Matt Yoakum reported, they'll go to qualifying trim, but they're on low air pressure. Goodyear says, do not go lower than 18 PSI on the left side. I can promise you, they're probably as low as 14 or 15 PSI to help that car to turn.
Yeah, we had some problems here a few years ago with teams going so low on the air pressure, running across the tunnel turn. There was some rumble strip back there. If y'all remember, we had a lot of left front tire failures because the guys were running over those bumps and knocking the tires down.
31 Cup drivers made their series debut at Pocono. Which one of them got the best finish?